I have some more great seasonals from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements that you do not want to miss. Hey Fragrance family, I'm David and I'm a fragrance bro, of course your best source for everything fragrance related. Now, you've probably already known this, but I have been going through the limited releases from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. They're a house that really excites me, and what I love about them is that they do these limited releases every month or every couple of months, something like that. They're a great house because they kind of specialize more in shaving and shaving products, kind of men's grooming products in general, but they have these great scents out there. Some of them are an homage to defunct scents that went the way of the dinosaur many decades ago. And some of them are original creations. And like I've mentioned before, you can get all their scents in their grooming products, which I think is really cool. And of course, their grooming products are some of the best in class that I have personally tried, and I've tried a lot. So these are fantastic. Now, the fragrances I have here are in their aftershaves just to smell for reference, but they have eau de parfums as well. So if you're looking for something with more lasting power, definitely check out their eau de parfums, which I think are great. Now, last year, I actually did make a video about Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements from the month of March, but I want to revisit it again just because they might have some changes, and they do, and I kind of just want to keep up the momentum from all the videos we've been making about Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. And of course, if you like any of these fragrances, definitely check out the links down below. I'll have links down below to these. They are affiliate links, so anything you buy from that does help out the channel, so I always really appreciate that. Now, March is a good month for them, and last year especially, they had a ton of products that I reviewed. This year is less so, but they have some really cool ones. So we'll go ahead and start with the first one here. And this one was very limited, but this one was Phoenix Lights. Now, they had a meetup, I believe, in the Phoenix, Arizona area, and they released this just for that meetup, which was on the 25th of February. Of course, this is after that date, so it's not available right now, but I do know that if something is really good and they like it a lot, they'll release it later. I don't know if they'll change the name. Sometimes they do that, but they usually release it later. And this one, I believe, is going to be something that is going to be re-released later. So keep your eyes peeled for Phoenix Lights. All right, so the notes in this are citrus, grapefruit, jasmine, woods, amber, musk, tobacco, and wormwood. And this scent is, or I guess was, amazing. This is a fantastic scent that I am just really loving. It's obviously more of a tobacco type of scent. One thing I get out of this right away is kind of like this maraschino cherry type of vibe that's not in the notes, it's not listed in there, but there's some kind of like really realistic cherry note, not like super sweet candy cherry, but like an actual cherry. It's a very sour cherry mixed with tobacco and just a hint of spice. I love it. I think this is fantastic. It reminds me of something that I can't put my finger on just yet. I'm not really sure. It's not like a traditional tobacco scent that I've smelled, but I really love this scent. I think it's fantastic. I definitely think it's something you should try. So if this comes back, definitely check out Phoenix Lights. Next is Twee. Now, if you look at the bottle art real quick, you might get what this is supposed to be reminiscent of. This is a clone of Green Irish Tweed, and I think it's actually a very good clone at that. Now, I usually don't recommend clones. They do sell this in their eau de parfum line, so you can find that there if you want to. But really what I think is great about this is that because this is in their other grooming products, you can get the Green Irish Tweed scent in anything else that you want it to be in, and it will be really good at that. So every year, whenever Twee comes around in March, I usually always try to grab a couple more things for grooming. So I have soap, I have deodorant, I have shampoo. So I'm pretty good right now. Notes in this might sound very familiar if you're familiar with Green Irish Tweed. They are lemon verbena, iris, violet leaf, sandalwood, and ambergris. There's really not much more to say other than it smells almost exactly like Green Irish Tweed and is very good. If you really love Green Irish Tweed like me, you may just want to stick with that, but you may want to look in the other grooming products as well, and that's what I've done. And if you haven't tried Green Irish Tweed, definitely check it out. They have samples of all of their line, and you can go and check that on their website. Their samples are really inexpensive. But yeah, Twee, awesome, of course. Next is Enlightener Well. Now, this one is a rebrand of an older fragrance that they released in March before. Last year, I talked about the fragrance Irish Springs, and the name was so close, I guess they got hit with a trademark cease and desist. I'm not really sure, but they stopped making Irish Springs the name, and so they re-released it as Enlightener Well. But other than that, it smells exactly like the classic Irish Spring soap that you're used to already. One thing that you might not like about Irish Springs is how kind of harsh it is as a soap. The scent is great. I've always loved the scent of Irish Springs, but just haven't really liked the soap. But Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements makes great soaps, like really great all-natural soaps that are just feel great. They last forever, and I love them. But if you like Irish Springs, but you don't like how the soap feels, get their natural soap, because it's Irish Springs the smell, but in a soap that is just way, way better. But the scent is obviously just like the soap is. It's very fresh, very green, watery. All the things that you're used to with Irish Springs is exactly that here. Notes in this are bergamot, blood orange, white rose, pine, lavender, cedar, and musk. And if you like Irish Springs, definitely check it out. Of course, they have it in their eau de parfum. If you really want that soapy smell to last all day, definitely check it out. Fantastic. All right, and last but not least is an honorable mention, and that is Et Tu. Now, Et Tu is obviously a reference to Et Tu Brute from Julius Caesar, and this is an homage to the classic Brut. Now, the current day Brut, I think, is not that great, but I really love the smell of Brut, especially the old school Brut. It reminds me of being a child. There's just something about it that I think is really magical, masculine, really, really good. Now, this version of it is spectacular, but it still retains that kind of masculine chypre quality that Brut has. Notes in this are lavender, anise, lemon, basil, bergamot, geranium, ylang ylang, jasmine, sandalwood, vetiver, patchouli, oak moss, vanilla, and tonka bean. I don't have the bottle of this one on hand. I wasn't actually prepared to show it to you because it's not a limited release. It's in their normal lineup. I believe it started as a limited release and they just kind of adopted it in their regular lineup, which I think is great. But they always do a push this time of year around the Ides of March, of course, to push Et Tu, and I think it's great. So if you like the old school Brut, definitely check this one out. It's fantastic. So that is all I have. Of course, if you're interested in any of these, definitely check out the links down below, grab some samples, get some other products and their grooming line. I think they're fantastic. I'll see you next time. I'm Dave with Fragrance Bros. Bye.